guys, Chris Blanchard here with the Blanchard Bros, Blanchard Bros Disc Golf. I want to talk about a couple of things with form. Big thing that a lot of people mess up is footwork and timing. So I'm going to do a couple drills, show you a couple mistakes people make and how you can fix it. So the first one that I see a lot is on the reach back and pull through. People don't have their hand on the back side of the disc. When you come into the power pocket, it should be back of your hand, disc, and then body. A lot of people will turn their hand like this and they pull through this way and it binds up your shoulder and your elbow and it just makes for a really awkward pull through. So I'm going to show you a drill here in a minute on how you can practice getting the back of your hand in the right orientation with the disc to maximize spin, snap, and power. All right guys, here's another one that I see a lot of people get wrong, and that's the reach back. There's a couple parts to the reach back, and the reason the reach back is important is it loads up your legs, it loads up your body so that you can transfer all the momentum from your body into the disc, okay? And the most important thing is to make sure you stay balanced and that your weight is in the right place during your reach back. One thing I see a lot of people get wrong is the reach back. When they reach back too soon in their pull through, and it messes up their timing. It's just going to make it harder for you to get the timing right on the pull through and on the weight transfer. Another thing I see a lot of people do, and they'll practice it this way. They'll stand here, they'll reach back, and they'll step forward. Okay? Now that's the right timing. The peak of your reach back should happen right when your front foot hits the ground. Okay, but the problem with this is, as you can see, my center of weight is over this left foot. And when I reach back, it's still over that left foot. And what that means is as I transfer to my right foot, my pull has already happened. Now, my weight transfer needs to happen right before my pull through. So what I need to do is keep my weight in the center of my step. Okay, so instead of stepping here and leaving my weight over my left foot, what needs to happen is this disc needs to stay right where my left foot is, and I need to step past the disc like this. So disc is here, I step past the disc. The disc did not move, it stayed right here over my left foot. Now my weight is already transferred in center, so when that foot plants, I can start my pull through because the step is what initiated that weight transfer. Instead of here, it's this ankle dropping that initiates the weight transfer. Here, it's the step that initiates the weight transfer. And again, you want to keep a nice straight spine. You don't want to be leaning over like this too far. You don't want to be leaning like this too far. Okay? Keep your weight centered. Keep that disc there. And step to here. And that should tell you about how far that step needs to be. If you overstep, your disc is past your left foot. If you don't step enough, you don't have a full reach back. Okay, so that's how I like to think about my reach back. Is it's not really a reach back. The disc stays here, my body steps past the disc, and now my weight is in the right place for a good strong pull through. Let me show you a couple of quick drills and how you can practice this. And it'll make a lot of sense because you'll be able to feel the strength of the pull through. All right guys, here's the drills I want to show you real quick. Remember when I talked about getting into that power pocket, you want your body, disc, and then back of hand. That's the order you want it to be in. You don't want to be turned like this, pulling. You want to make sure that this is here, because once you come out of that power pocket, it's that transfer from the disc being, or from your hand being on the back of the disc to the front of the disc, that accelerates the disc out of your hand and creates the spin that you need. Okay, so here's how you do it. All you do, find a wall, but if you stand in a nice good footing like this, about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall, you're just gonna put the disc in your hand, reach back, and put the back of your hand against the wall like this. Okay, then you're gonna pull through, making sure the back of your hand stays flat against the wall the entire time until right when it gets to your power pocket, about at your front shoulder, then your hand can release off the wall. Okay? And you can do this against a wall, you can do it against a fence. Just find something flat you can put your hand against and just do this drill a few times. Okay, and that's all you have to do. That'll help make sure you have your hand, disc, and body in the right orientation so you can start throwing farther today. All right, guys, the second drill I want to show you is in relation to that final step before your pull through. Remember, you're not reaching back and keeping that weight over your back foot. You're stepping forward, getting that weight transferring over to your front foot, so then you can initiate the pull through. Okay, so here's how it's done. Again, you want to find a wall, and you're going to stand with your body in the middle of your chest, or that left back leg, right at the corner of the wall. Reach back and grab the wall with your hand, and take a step forward. Okay? A couple things that's important to remember. Your back foot, your toes need to be pointing directly at the wall, and they're going to be about 10 inches away from the wall. On your step through, on your step forward, again, this foot is going to be pointing directly at the wall or maybe slightly back as you step onto your toe. Okay? And your right foot needs to be about 6 inches from the wall. If they're both the same difference from the wall, you're not activating your hips as much as you need to. So when you step closer to the wall with that front foot, that gets your hips in the right orientation. Okay? So, again, grab onto the wall, step forward, and then what you can do is pull on the corner of that wall. Notice how at different heights you have more strength pulling against the wall. Also notice when your body is further on your back foot, you don't have as much strength, and when it's forward on your front foot, you don't have as much strength. You're going to have the most strength when your body is centered and your reach back is here. And it's also going to help you figure out the distance of your stride and what your stride should be. So for me, I stand here, I step forward, and I pull on the wall, and that's going to really help me figure out the perfect stride length and getting my shoulders at the right orientation. Okay? So again, you don't want to be looking forward. Okay? As soon as you make that step, your shoulders are going to turn away from the basket, away from your target. Okay, the last thing you can do on this drill is to help get yourself to that right point, which is get to where you just were at the very end and then walk it backwards. I'm going to show you what I mean. And as you can see there, my hand kind of follows my left foot the whole way. So as I'm going through my X step, my hand follows that left leg. And once I make that X step, now my hand doesn't move anymore. It stays here, and my body keeps moving. Sometimes you'll have a little bit of a reach back afterwards, which isn't bad. It's just like a pitcher when they have that last little pop at the end. Similarly on a backhand throw, you're going to have that little pop right at the very end that gives you what people call tendon bounce. It's going to give you use the elasticity in your tendons and muscles to really slingshot the disc forward. Hope these drills helped. Like, subscribe, click the little bell so you get notified. We're going to have a lot more of these videos. Let us know what you want to hear, and we'll be creating more of these videos to help you start throwing further.